So we talked about solving inequalities and how they are the same as solving equations, but here we're going to solve them and then also graph them. So we've got negative 19 is greater than or equal to negative 3 plus n. So first we would add 3 to both sides. Negative 19 plus 3 would be 0. Be negative 16 is greater than or equal to n. So remember, when we are graphing, okay, if we've got less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, okay, we fill in the circle, right? And then we shade whichever side is greater. So if the variable is greater, we shade to the right. If the number is greater, we shade to the left. Okay? If it's just less than or greater than, now the number isn't part of the answer. But again, if the variable is greater, we shade to the right. So this is, x is greater than or equal to, or, x is greater than. And if the number is greater than, so it'd be like x is less than, or the variable's less than. Okay? That's kind of what we're looking at to graph. So I've got n, is it smaller or bigger? Well, negative 16 is greater than or equal to, so negative 16 we do a hollow circle, and n is less than that, so I shade to the left, because that's where less than is. Okay, number 2, we subtract 10 to both sides, giving us v is greater than 10. So at 10 I draw a hollow circle, v is bigger, so I shade to the right. Now sometimes you'll hear, just shade whichever direction it's pointing. Okay, that doesn't always work if your variable especially changes sides, so got to be careful of that. Okay, 3, we divide by 8, and I know I'm putting it above, but that's to keep it clear. So that becomes v is greater than 24 divided by 8 is 3. So v, hollow circle, 3 is smaller, v is bigger, so shade to the right. Alright, number 4, we would now times by 17 because it's being divided. So I get n is less than or equal to, and let's see, negative 14 times 17 is negative 238. Now again, because this is negative and my answer is negative stays the same, we don't have to change the inequality's direction, okay, because this is positive. So, negative 238, right here, draw filled in because it's equal to, n is less than, so we shade to the left. Okay, number 5, now we're stepping up our game here. So first we would add 6. So negative 11 plus 6 is negative 5, is greater than or equal to 5n. Divide by 5, and we get negative 1, not equals, is greater than or equal to n. So negative 1, filled in circle because it's equal to, n is smaller, so I shade to the left. Okay, number 6, start out by times and by 2, so I get negative 9 plus n is greater than or equal to negative 20. Add 9 to both sides, and n is greater than or equal to negative 11. So negative 11, filled in circle, n is bigger, so we shade to the right. Okay. Alright, last 4. So we start off by doing the distribution. So negative 8 is greater than negative 4 times 1 is positive 4. Negative 4 times k, negative 4k. Subtract 4. We get negative 12 is greater than negative 4k. Divide by negative 4. We get positive 3 and k. Now here, because down here it's a negative, whereas these weren't. Negative starting, negative ending. Okay, negative starting, negative ending. Now, negative starting, positive ending, so now we've got to change that inequality's direction. That's going to change our whole answer, isn't it? Okay, not equal to, so at 3, hollow circle, k is bigger, so we shade to the right. Okay, number 8, we subtract 1 to start off. Negative 5 is less than or equal to n divided by 2 times by a positive 2. So we get negative 10 is less than or equal to n. So negative 10, filled in circle, n is bigger, shade to the right. Okay, number 9, 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. 5 times 4a is 20a. Negative 180 is less than or equal to that side. Add 40, so negative 140 is less than or equal to 20a. Divide by 20. And we get negative 7 is less than or equal to a. So negative 7, filled in circle, a is bigger, shade to the right. And our last one, 3 times v is 3v, plus 3 times 8 is 24, is less than 7v plus 28. Subtract the 3v, giving me 24 is less than 7 minus 3 is 4v, plus 28, subtract 28. Get negative 4 is less than 4v, divide by 4, and negative 1 is less than v. So negative 1, hollow circle, v is bigger again, so shade to the right. Okay? That's all we got to do to solve those inequalities and to be able to graph them. So that's pretty much all we got here, guys. So there we go. Remember those rules when graphing inequalities.